Hello, friends. Welcome to Afterburner as we go live here on the YouTubes. The Calgary Flames, a 4-1 defeat at the hands of the once again mighty Pittsburgh Penguins, the resurgent Penguins, the Penguins who needed to rebuild, they needed to tank, they needed to rebiggle. But here they are in a playoff spot and coming off a convincing 4-1 win over the Calgary Flames. Boomer, it's Mike Gould as we get into another sweet edition of Afterburner here on the well, wherever you're watching or listen to us, on your phone, on your YouTubes, or whatever you want to go. Hey, you know what it is, though? It's Bet365, proud presenting sponsor of Afterburner. What do you got? Game props, player props, totals, money line, whatever it is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And you know I got the do we need to, how do I get hang on. Oh, there we go. There, see. Yeah. Super chat. If you're so inclined, if you're up in arms, if you're maybe you're a Penguins fan, you're loving every minute of it, put a comment into the YouTube live, and you know, we'll send the money over to the U-Centers of Calgary, and we'll talk about you. Not behind your back, though. That's the one thing. If we're gonna insult you, we're gonna do it right here for the whole world to see. Gould 4-1 final. This one never really had much, didn't have a lot of meat on its bone. There was not a lot of, not a lot of shoulders to this one. I was watching, I have to profess, I was sitting here in my my wonderful area, watching the game and kind of doing some, kind of looking up. Did they have 8 shots on goal? What is happening here? The Flames didn't get run out of the building, but they did not, there was not much from the home side tonight.
Well, first of all, good evening, Dean.
Good to see you. Yes,
good to see you. Second, just a great game. Just a game that, that got the blood flowing. I got it pumping. Sitting here on my couch, watching the cat eat the couch.
Couch?
Yeah, on the couch. I own a couch, Dean. I own a couch.
Well,
I do. I bought it.
It's good living.
I built it.
Yeah.
It was a game. It was a really great way to spend a Wednesday night. It was wonderful. I just watching the whole thing start to finish. It was
okay. All right, you smart ass.
They stunk. They were just, I mean, I made this point to a buddy of mine while I was watching the game. I've seen bad Flames teams. I've seen Flames teams that are undermanned, understaffed, undergunned, whatever you want to put it. We've seen a lot of them. And I we've seen way worse editions of the Flames than this one. I challenge anybody to mention, at least in my lifetime, a Flames team that is a bigger mess than this one. They're playing a style of game that I just don't understand who it benefits. And they're doing the right things off the ice now that they've moved Rasmus. They're taking calls, they're making calls, they're doing whatever you need to do. But these are shows that we do that are about the games, and we got to watch each and every one of these, and so do the fans. And it just makes you wonder who exactly is really standing to gain anything from the Flames playing the way they do.
I mean, I know you're kind of, not to put you to task, but are you looking at coaching decisions? Is it management, or are you just watching a team that doesn't have a lot of skill? Because that's certainly what I saw tonight. Is it there's not a lot, and it's not even that Pittsburgh was highly skilled, but when it's 3-1 in the third, you feel like you may as well start the bus because they're not coming back here.
Get the remote starter.
They have a lot of guys. Certainly Matt Coronado is an interesting guy for me right now.
He's not doing anything.
He's very much in that, if he's not scoring, what is he doing for you at the best of times? And then when he doesn't look like he's close to scoring, and you just see the body language and the shaking of the head, like that's a frustrated player right now. Zeri's been good, but I didn't really see a whole lot from him tonight. And you talked about it just before we got started. Whatever you want to call it, the hot edit, the super cut of Nazem Kadri,
the fan cam
sticks and flipping out and kicking the boards and that whole thing. I get it. It's frustrating. You play a long season. They're not going to the playoffs. Now one of your buddies has been traded, and you're kind of looking at it and thinking, so how many more guys are going? Is there more trades because we're not loading up. We know how this is going here. So I guess I'll go back to the original question. Is it when you talk about what is this standing to benefit? Are you alluding to there's another way of doing business that they should be doing, or is it just kind of a team that's near the bottom playing one of 82 games?
Dean, I think it's a holistic thing. I think everything is in a weird mix. I think I think if I was playing for the Flames, and thank God I don't, but if I was playing for the Flames, I'd just be confused. It's a weird spot for an organization to be in. They just they have Sportsnet on over the screen that I'm looking at right now, and they just played the Kadri montage again. And it's just goofy. I mean, it's I get it. You're frustrated. It came across to me as a little bit performative, but whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and say Nazem isn't he's a guy who plays with emotion. And there's really no reason to watch the Flames and be emotional or feel any emotions from watching a game right now. I think to a certain degree the Flames are being coached to limit events, to try and grind out wins. It's a meat grinder. It's a bit of a meat grinder right now. You throw guys into that little pile and let it sort of filter down. And
so if you were the coach, if you were Huska and you're being paid to be an NHL coach, and at the end of the day, you're going to be judged by your win-loss record, how would you try and coach this team?
It's a really tough one.
Run and gun, or would you try and keep it low event?
I don't think you really gain anything either way, because even if you win the odd game with the way they're playing right now, it's also very easy to judge the coach by saying nobody's producing or performing under this guy. So I think it's tough on both sides of it, and I think it's just a situation where everybody's in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And yeah, it's hard to sort of see a way out of it, because the Flames, I was saying this during the game as well, it is difficult to envision anybody on this roster producing at any level in these circumstances. It is.
Okay, so now again, explain this, because to me, this is chicken or egg.
It's both.
To me, it starts with the caliber of player. Mm-hmm. It's not, to me, it's you can play them. You can give any of those guys more minutes, fewer minutes, power play, penalty kill, play without a goalie and go with 6 skaters. They just do not have the talent to win enough games to get into a playoff spot. To me, this isn't really a coaching thing. I'm not sure that Jesus, if he were to walk in his sandals, would be able to get this team to play at make them a playoff team. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I get it. Yeah.
I think maybe you're a little tired.
Me?
Yeah.
I think everybody's tired.
I think maybe you're maybe you're sleepy. You've got your Costco shirt on. You got your Costco pajamas on. You're ready for some tonight. Because was it a bad game? Absolutely. This was not a very exciting hockey game. And the thing for the Flames is they're not very good, but they 9 times out of 10 they compete and they try and they get some wins and they get some strong goaltending. They didn't get strong goaltending necessarily tonight. And Kelly Rudy was talking about it. Maybe they're tired, looked a little tired. Yeah, I suppose that happens. But that's what you're going to get sometimes. And I don't know where you sit. I know where I sit. It's if you're not going to be in the playoffs this year and you have no talent and then be bad. I will take this. I would like to be entertained more than I was, so it's maybe kind of hypocritical, but I'm not there's no blame game for me tonight. It's just you're not great, and you weren't at your best, and you kind of got rolled up 4-1 by a team that's a bit better than you.
Honestly, I don't even think it's an instance of trying to play the blame game. I think it is just a case of every piece that is in place with this team right now feels like a wrong fit. And so that's
the roster construction.
Yeah, well, the quality of the players, whatever you want. I mean, I think there are guys who are playing in a way where they just look completely unmotivated, which I totally understand. And I think that might be advantageous to the Flames in a longer scale way of thinking, of looking forward. That's why I just go back to saying it just feels very messy to me, because I don't see right now with this current iteration of the Flames, and maybe that's a good thing or not. Maybe they need to completely have a 23-man turnover by the time that they're able to get good again. I just find it really difficult to look at any instance of Flames hockey right now and say that's part of a solution. On the ice, obviously Dustin Wolf's a very good goaltender. Like, I'm not saying that there are no players on this team. I just think as things are currently constructed, it's really hard to latch on to any part of it and say that's part of this team turning it around.
Yeah, it's one of those nights where it's hard to look at it and say, I see the path to how this team becomes a good young hockey team again. It's hard to see that today.
Like the Flames were so bad, 2013, 2016, they were awful. Like, they were so bad in 2016, even though they had Gaudreau and Monahan, that they finished like 5th last and they got Tkachuk. They were so bad that year. But there were at least instances where you could say, they're playing a system that maybe isn't conducive to meaningful success. They have some young stars. They're just not ready. 12-13, there were pieces of that team that were starting to unite in a certain way. They had the Giordano Brody pairing that you could sort of see was a legit thing. Michael Backlund, that's a little revisionist. He wasn't there yet, but at least that one little chunk to me was clearly projectable into the future of that team, however fractured it ended up being. Boy, right now it's hard. Matt Coronado, I mean, you already mentioned, is just really fighting it. The only reasonable explanation to me right now is that like half the team must be hurt, and the schedule this year is so compressed that I don't doubt that a lot of this team is banged up right now. So it was an ugly night at the Dome, I would say.
Well, we know that that Huberdeau is hurt, apparently, a lower body injury. We kind of got talking on the other show. It's okay, so Pospisil's coming in. Well, who's coming out? Not that it's hard to take somebody out of this lineup right now, but a little surprising that it was Huberdeau. It's just amazing to sit here and cover a team, watch a team, be in the city of a team where its highest paid player is such a nothing burger all the time. And he was out of the... It made no consequence. This was a 4-1 game. It would have been a 4-1 game if he'd have played. It is so unfortunate. It's great for him that he's making money, but his career doesn't look like a guy that's having fun. He has to wonder sometimes. I used to be good at this, right? Like, I used to put up points. I used to be really good at this. What the hell's going on? Why is this the way it is? The life at the rink can't be a ton of fun for him away when you can spend all of that 10+ million. But ordinarily when a team gets news on a game day that their highest paid player is out with a lower body injury, it's big news. It barely is a blip here when it's with Huberdeau.
Yeah, it's like a shrug. It's I posted on Twitter during the game. It occurred to me just now that we'll likely get to see an 1,000 game ceremony for Huberdeau next year. Usually they reflect on the player's career highlights and whatnot. What's that going to look like? I mean,
are you reading us your own tweet?
I'm reading us your own tweet, but seriously, okay. What is that going to look like? When I remember when Nazem Kadri is 1,000 games. Kadri's had some solid seasons. He's had some solid moments, and it's not like Huberdeau's never scored a goal here. But like, what is the sentiment? How do you even approach a night like that on a celebratory tone when the last 4 years have just been a complete, as you said, just a complete non-factor.
Has a player ever not gotten a standing ovation for 1,000 game silver stick ceremony?
Has a player ever been booed at one of those? Like, it's awful. And I don't understand, because that's not like they can just skip that ceremony. That is stipulated by the CBA.
I don't
legit. It is.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I think they would still probably do it. But
of course they'll do it. Yeah. But it boggles the mind to even think about what that would look like. It's really unfortunate, and I almost think we're getting to, I've mentioned this on a few shows, I almost think we're getting to the point with Huberdeau where we've heard so much about this contract being buyout proof. because it doesn't afford you much in as far as savings are concerned. And as we get closer and closer to the middle point of this contract, I'm starting to wonder if that's maybe more of a feature than it is a bug, because I almost wonder how much value there is to be gained by just clearing that roster spot. You have that money to get you to the cap floor, and then the whole thing is, it's buyout proof in quotation marks, which means that there's not a whole lot of savings. But the other side of that is that once you get past the end of the original contract term, there's also not a whole lot of money that you pay after that, which is sort of what we saw with Zach Parise and Ryan Suter in Minnesota. They just sort of bottom out to turn the page. And as we get here into 2027, when you're getting into the new rink, I almost wonder the extent to which the Flames might want to turn the page on this, because it's just, as we get further on, it just really isn't benefiting anybody, I think.
Message for the Derek Newman Group. Buying or selling a house, condo, townhome, or duplex in Calgary? Use the Derek Newman Group. That's DERRICK. I like it. I like it. Over 100 million in real estate sold, 65 plus 5-star Google reviews. 90% of business is referrals and repeat business. That's good word of mouth. That's people who are happy, who are satisfied customers, who are staying with Derek, who says, it says here in the new liner notes, long-suffering, massive Flames fan, eternally optimistic, not fully on Team Tank, but also understand the sentiment behind it. So there you go. He's passionate, he's emotional, but also level-headed. That's what you want out of your realtor. Visit the new website, DerekNewmanGroup.com. That's DERRICK NewmanGroup.com, or you can call 403-619-6661. I feel like the next step is a jingle.
It really is.
DERRICK.
Yeah.
Derek Newman Group.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I think
good,
I'd make a horrible realtor, just sort of standing there being like, this house isn't very good.
Well, you're not doing a good job of selling this game tonight. I'm not sure that this house is ever. I just don't know how.
I'm not sure we'll ever sell this one.
I'm not sure this. This place is. We may just tear this thing down. I'm not sure we're ever going to sell this.
We should rebuild this house.
Yeah. We've not talking about talking. We've not talked.
We've not
spoken since the Rasmus trade.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we don't need to go too far down the road. It's days old, but I'm curious just your thoughts now that you've been able to let it marinate for a little bit, and you've now had a chance to see Zach Whitecloud for a couple of games. I just suppose your thoughts on the return. And people ask me, so Whitecloud, is he here? Is he trade bait? Is in the rotating door, like Grandpa Simpson kind of thing? I don't honestly know, but I have to wonder if he's a guy with right shot at the right age. Teams love having depth D, doesn't make a ton of dough. If it might be a spot where the Flames maybe not thinking about necessarily trading, I'm happy with them, but I wonder if they'll be tempted a little bit.
The more I think about this trade, the more I like it for Calgary. I think it was easy to be a little caught off guard with the way that it all went down. I know a lot of us thought it was going to be Boston over the weekend, and there were that came out after the fact, but legit, like the prevailing sentiment across the Flames media sphere that entire weekend was that it was going to be Boston. And so it came to Vegas, and it was really out of left field in that sense, although not surprising when you really got down to it, considering what we knew about Rasmus in Vegas. But it's funny because I think what you said is bang on. And it's crazy to me that the Flames in one move went from selling relatively high on the top defenseman on the market and are now in a spot where, as we get close to the deadline, I think they might again have the top defenseman on the market in the same deal where Zach Whitecloud is going to be playing in Calgary, and he already is playing more than he has ever played in his entire career. And this is a guy with a rock solid reputation who was technically an original misfit for the Golden Knights. He played one game for them in their inaugural season and played a lot more as the years went on. He was legit a part of their cup winning team, like a legit part of that team. And was put into an unfortunate spot this year because Vegas's defense has been, a little bit of a mess with Alex Pietrangelo no longer being sort of an active piece for them. He was put into a spot where I don't think he was ready to be in. And now that he's in Calgary, I'm just fascinated by what we're seeing. So the fact that they were able to get a first and a second is very nice work. And the fact that they could possibly get another first round pick is very nice as well. It's the sort of deal that the Flames need to make more of, and they hadn't done a whole lot in the year leading up to it. They had not outright sold a player for basically a little over a year and a half prior to that deal. And hopefully it opens the floodgates. There are so many opportunities for them to capitalize on a vast array of possible buyers. What we are seeing this year is not only is it more of a buyer's or a seller's market rather, but the pool of potential buyers is so large that there are going to be more teams that are paying up or prepared to pay up, and therefore possibly more players moving. And so, it's not just the White Clouds and the Colemans and the Kadris who you could be looking at. It's even the depth players. Ryan Lomberg has a Stanley Cup ring. I mean, I think there are opportunities here. So I think the Flames, if they play this right, can capitalize on the deal they've made and come out very far ahead. And, for all we're going to sit here and talk about how disappointing the product on the ice is, I think the skill that we saw in management, I think, from Conroy and his group in that deal is a reason to be optimistic.
Yeah, I think, and obviously you were on, right, I guess right before I got on with the
right after
instant analysis or whatever it was. And the tone that night from Flames fans was quite negative.
It was.
And I don't, like I said that, I get it, because in some ways it's like when you get that gift card for Christmas. It doesn't have the same pop as actually getting the exciting thing that you're going to get down the road when you spend the gift card. Because White Cloud's a fine player, but it's the first that's the attractive part, and the second. And again, maybe it becomes a first. Let's just call it a second.
Right.
It's the picks that are the real strong currency in terms of return here, but you're not going to see them for. It's just hard to get excited. Whereas a month prior, if it was, well, you're going to get a first and a roster player and maybe another pick, you'd be like, fuck yeah, sign me up. That's what we need.
Done.
And then it happens. It's like, well, I don't know if it's that player. Oh, it's that team. Well, that pick in the first round is going to be awfully low. I don't know. It's what we do. We go both ways on every topic that comes up. But to your point, I just with the White Cloud, I think he's a guy that they would like to have and keep around. He's a veteran guy. The part of it is, here's a guy with Rasmus that you traded away. It's like, it's too bad it's Rasmus, because I really do think he liked being here. I think he had pride in the jersey and liked the city and all that. This is another guy who I believe is the same way. Being from Manitoba, his family can come out. He was excited to get here. He's had that Vegas experience. It's not like the other way where you start in a market and then you get to go to the glitz and glamour. It's maybe might be nice just to play back home in Canada for a Canadian team, smaller city. I'm a smaller town guy. White Cloud said he was looking forward to being here, and I do believe him. But it's like, as Bob Sugar said in Jerry Maguire, it's not show friends, it's show business. And if show business means that, I don't know what the tipping point would be. Do you need a first? Is it a second? Is it a second and another pick? Like, what would be the tag where you would sit and say, we're not hungry to trade them, but if we get this or north of this, we'll probably move the player.
I'm always here for a Bob Sugar reference, first of all. Jay Moore. That's fantastic.
Yeah, love Jay Moore.
But yeah, I mean, the nice part of it is that it's the tertiary piece. Like, really, when the White Cloud deal, or when the Anderson deal comes down,
that's what we call it. It's the White Cloud deal.
We call it the White Cloud deal.
Yeah.
When that comes down the pipe, nobody's talking about White Cloud right away. It was like, okay, glad to get a couple picks. And I said it on that show. The thing that I saw from a lot of fans was, it's going to take time away from guys. And it's like that inclusion was a means to an end.
Yeah.
It was truly a means to an end. To the degree that it is very much not a given to me that Vegas is going to have the ability to sign Rasmus Anderson, as much as we have all sort of said, oh, they've got a handshake deal. There's no way they don't. You got so much money tied up, man. Like
you don't think they're going to sign him?
It's not that I don't think they're going to sign him. It's just I think if they do sign him, they're going to have to make a number of sacrifices, which we have seen them make. But I think they're going to have, I think it's going to result in more hardship than people are realizing at this point for Vegas. On top of the very real, I think, concerns about uniting a pairing, again, that was never particularly good at the big moments in Calgary. But,
I agree with you there. I think my kid was asking me about it. It's like, does Vegas just more picks? They just fire out picks. Do they not have any? Well, they find a way. They seem to get the players that they want. And yeah, they've traded away a lot of picks. And they're in a great spot where if they continue to win at the level that they have been, and they've won the one cup, they've been to two finals, but still they're a fun city, tax-free, great barn, all of that. They're going to have that for a while. And unless they are like Buffalo Sabres 14 years out of the playoffs, that's what it's going to be in Vegas. So players are going to be willing to go there, waive no move clauses and all of that. But the star players, I mean, they've got Eichel. They traded for him. This is not a homegrown Vegas Golden Knights team, if you will, even though they were an expansion, right? At some point, I do feel like it comes home to roost that you've had first and seconds blown out the door year after year after year. Tampa Bay's done it, and they're flying high right now. They've won some cups. Vegas has the one cup. It's the price you pay, but I just have a hard time with so much young talent in the game that's coming directly from the top picks in the draft, how it doesn't eventually come back. Because I'm with you. Right now, it's a huge win for Vegas. Rasmus could come in. He should be a great Vegas Golden Knight. Let's talk again in 2 to 3 years. Let's talk when those picks are made, the 2027 first round, when those go through, and if Rasmus is still there, what does it look like then?
Well, and I think Vegas was uniquely positioned when they first came into the league, with the cap being the way that it was, and then it flattened to a certain degree as well, where now what we are seeing are teams that have more of an ability to pay their own players. And that is, to me, being reflected in the caliber of player that Vegas is spending these first-round picks and prospects on, to the point where it is no longer the Jack Eichels and the Mark Stones, who are truly transformational players for an organization to be able to acquire. Vegas has blown first-round picks in consecutive drafts on, again, Rasmus Anderson, Noah Hannafin, and Tomas Hertl, who are good players, very good players. Teams would love to have them. But if Vegas did not have that Stone and Eichel, they would not be true needle movers to the extent those two guys are. And I think Vegas is going to be limited in the fact that those two guys becoming available when they did was more a symptom of a marketplace that no longer really exists to a certain degree. So again, once we get to a certain point, that'll matter more than it does now. Just going back to the deal though, and I see it in the chat again, and I don't want to pick on anybody, but I'm just sort of seeing, the sentiment that the Flames need to get younger. Why are they acquiring Zach Whitecloud? Again, it is a means to an end. Like the acquiring a contract like this, the alternative is, in Vegas's case, I'm sure they didn't want to trade Zach Whitecloud.
No,
like I'm sure if there was a cap, if there was no cap, they would. This is the alternative, is just doing the deal without him. Like truly, I mean, would you rather they just not have acquired him? Because that's really ultimately, I think, what it came down to. And there's an opportunity cost for Vegas there, in that, they probably could have flipped Zach Whitecloud themselves, but why would they have done that if not to upgrade on that?
Yeah.
Whereas now that player is available, and Calgary is now primed to reap that opportunity cost from Vegas. So that, to me, is something that they've done quite well. It is, I mentioned this to on a different show. How
many shows are you on? Because
well,
I've said this on a number of shows.
Get around. It's the sort of deal that teams that are rebuilding, they sort of take advantage of different sides of a deal. It's the classic buy low, sell high thing, but they take advantage of different sides. It reminds me of the Shane Gostisbehere thing. When Philadelphia traded him, they got rid of him. They moved a second-round pick and a seventh-round pick to get rid of Shane Gostisbehere, to get him off their roster. And Zona turns around and they flip him a year and a half later for a couple more draft picks. They got 4 draft picks out of basically doing nothing except for keeping one guy on their roster. And that's the opportunity that Calgary has given themselves. And that's the reason why, for amongst a number of other reasons why that franchise, the Utah franchise, now has such a pick surplus. And it's something that Calgary should be aspiring to do. So it's good that they're on this path now.
Big thanks to the Unicorn for being a part of what we're doing here at Afterburner. The Unicorn on 4th, 2 locations, but it's the same. You know what it is? It's the same vibes. It's Calgary Super Pub, 223 8th Avenue Southwest, 3 floors, 3 bars, 1 excellent destination. The Sports Cantina. They got the hockey, the football, soccer. You like the fights. You got the pay-per-views. It's all there, baby. Golden Tea, Buck Hunter, pinball, some darts. Having some darts. And then, of course, the Unicorn on 4th, 1919 4th Street Southwest. Because sometimes less is a good, well, more is a good thing. More is a great thing. Daily specials, happy hour, and a brunch on Saturday and Sunday. I do love a good brunch.
Dean, how do you take your eggs?
Well, Mike, I'm glad you asked. I'm not super fussy. I'll take them. I don't mind scrambling. Here's the thing. In a brunch, I'm probably not. I don't. You kind of get that. I'll finish the read for the Unicorn, because this is not what's happening at the Unicorn with their scrambled egg. 20th Ave and 4th Street. That's the Unicorn on 4th. $7 pints on game day with Molson Canadian in the heart of Stephen Avenue. It's the Unicorn and the Unicorn on 4th. Thank you, Unicorn. Appreciate you. Sometimes you go to like a continental breakfast or something, and they've got those chafing dishes, the steam trays with the scrambled eggs. And you got that kind of chicken water in the bottom. It's like,
I drink
I
that.
I don't really want scrambled egg soup. I'll say this: I'm not going to do sunny side up, because here's the thing you need to do, Mike.
Let's hear it.
You can do your sunny side up, but what you're going to need to do is, say you're in a fry pan, take a lid, if it's got a bit of a dome on it, and just put a little water in the fry pan and then put the lid over top, because I need to baste and I need to cook the top of it. I can't have that rooster juice, the jiggly, rooster shit on top there. I can't do that. You go over easy, and I mean, it's got to be easy. And they're busy in these restaurants. If you're doing it at home, sure, have it over easy. But 2 things. Don't leave. Don't start, okay, over easy, boom. I'll check my phone and see what's going on. Oh, well, it's over hard now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, unless you really know your way around with a spatula, you're going to bust the friggin' yolk open. And then that
is useless.
It's no good. Here's what it is. Poached soft.
There you go.
Poached soft. You got poached eggs. This is the easiest way. I showed my kids. They're like, this is unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, I know. Do you know how to do a poached soft? Well, I guess you need to like the runny yolk. Are you a runny yolk guy?
Of course.
Pot of water.
Yeah.
That much water in it.
Yeah.
Get it to a boil. Drop the egg in. But first, what you do, don't just go not right into the pot. Do it into a bowl first, or whatever you got, a cup, something, some kind of a vessel, to assure that your yolk is still in one piece. And then very gently, don't just blop it in there. Don't be blopping on me, Gould. Nice and easy, put it in there. All right. 3 minutes. Have a slotted spoon, something in there that you can just kind of keep it moving. Keep it moving. 3 minutes. Take it out of there. That yolk is just perfect. on your rye toast with a little bit of butter, salt, pep.
There we go. Dean is lost in the rooster juice now.
Yeah, I did. Oh, it's sunny side up. Gross.
It's a train station. That's not an egg.
It's gross because if you cook it long enough, sunny side up, so that the jiggly juice is gone, then the yolk's hard.
Okay, here's my suggestion. You know how at the Stampede every year down at the bottom of the Big Four they do the kitchen theater? You ever been to that?
I don't know if I have.
Never been to the kitchen theater?
No.
Oh, I'm sure the chat has people who've been to the kitchen theater.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Which is not to say it's not a thing. I've just
last year I went down to the Big Four and they had a bunch of Girl Scouts who were making campfire snacks, and it was a whole thing. But I think for 2026 we gotta call some people. We gotta get you and Red in there. I think do a little 45-minute little master class on making the best brunch. That's not a bad idea. We'll call some folks. There might be some folks in the chat. Derek will get us in there.
You know what it does though?
What's that?
Kind of sounds like work for me.
Yeah. And it's free. I mean? You're not getting paid for that, team.
Yeah, like why would I do that?
Exposure.
So I gotta go down to the Stampede. I gotta be hauling my pots and pans and I gotta get my apron on. And then I gotta sit there for you and make you 3-minute eggs.
They set up the kitchen for you, as far as I know. So it's a whole thing.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not sure about that.
There we go.
I'm gonna do this right now.
Let's hear it.
Because this is hilarious. Cam Gustafson is saying with a little avocado. Wants a little avocado in there.
All right.
I'm not an avocado guy either.
Me neither, really. I went to Guatemala once. They were growing.
Anyway, stop talking. Here's the thing. The reason I brought it up. Cam Gustafson. I'm mailing out your vouchers tomorrow.
Hey.
Cam Gustafson. Look, right here.
Careful.
This. I meant to get it out today. I didn't have your address. I couldn't find it in the email, but I got it now. Cam Gustafson won one of the auctions for the top shelf elf.
There we go.
He has 25 press level seats to the upcoming game against the Ottawa Senators, I believe.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, you talk about it. I'm not going to open it. Anyway, 25 tickets. And each person gets a voucher, not for avocado. I'm going to take that down. Popcorn, drink, hot dog, and the ice cream. The
malts. Yeah, the twists.
So
I don't even know 25 people.
Sure you do.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
that'd be tricky. I have to sort of call my cousins.
Kind of blew up Cam's spot. Everybody knows that he's got 25 tickets coming to a Flames game. Hey, you're not who you taking? Cam, buddy.
Get me in there. I'll take it.
What if there's two Cam Gustafsons debating getting 25 Re-Biggle shirts for the Brooks podcast? I was going to say, you're in Brooks. I needed your address for Brooks. So those are on the way.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So eggs.
I think eggs and avocado. You can both. I think you can make mayonnaise out of both those things.
I like a good egg salad sandwich. I like a good hard-boiled egg. Scrambled are okay. I like the poached. What are we missing? Is there anything else? An omelet?
Yeah, sure. My mom used to make them with cheese. Eggs with cheese. Just scramble. Mm-hmm. Just a scramble. It was good.
Yeah.
Throw some chives in there.
For a while, I was it was kind of like a souffle.
Oh,
where you would
fluffy.
You'd put it into like a cast iron pan and then into the oven.
Sure.
It was almost kind of like I could probably do that again.
There you
Eggs
go.
are good.
Eggs are great.
I was thinking about this the other day though, as I was having some eggs. Somewhere in history, in the course of time, someone, man or woman, was the first to eat an egg.
I think about this all the time with milk, Dean.
Let's just stay on so you're out in wherever you are. I don't know. Medieval times. Are there chickens? I don't know. And there's chickens.
Are there chickens? Did you just say, are there chickens?
Like in medieval time, like how long ago were there chickens? I don't know.
There were chickens. There were chickens. There have been chickens for a while.
But somewhere, somehow, somebody's standing around. And they're like, what are you going to do? It's like, I'm going to eat one of these things. It's like, gross. What are you talking? Eat it. The chicken just shit that thing out. You're going to eat it. What are you thinking? I'm so hungry. I know you're hungry, but you can't eat it. Did you see what happened? Like, you see where it came from? I know, but what if it's really good? You're on your own eating this chicken round white shit egg thing. And they had it. And it was great. And then they told other people. And they're like, are you punking me? Like, you're pulling my leg, right? So the chicken shits and then you eat it. Sure you do. I'm not fooled. Yeah. Eggs.
Well, if they were French, their reaction would be, oof. Yeah. Yeah.
This coming in. I'll just do this right now. It is a super chat, but let him finish his Guatemala story, Boomer, you arse. Mike, back to you. Guatemala.
There's really not a whole lot. I was just there on a school trip in university, and there were avocados growing on the side of the road, and you could just pick them up. And that was pretty much the whole thing.
Hey, Derek.
Now you got it. There you go.
Hey,
there you go. You got the whole
thing. Hey, Derek, see what you did? You're welcome. You were going to talk about milk. There again.
Freaky. That's worse, in my opinion.
Gonna drink that shit.
Although, there's at least a little bit of a through line. I mean, the whole thing about drinking milk, mothers, I kind of get it to a degree. You can sort of say, oh, it's a little strange though.
But you wouldn't have been thinking that when you tried that milk. It's like, well, I was breastfed. Breast is best. You wouldn't have been thinking of that.
No,
like how thirsty you would have to be, and then it'd be warm and all like.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Oof.
Yeah. Hey, Dean, there were some goals tonight, eh?
Mike, don't steer the show. I'm running things here.
Still figuring it out.
So you came on not wanting to talk about the show, and then we divert into something else, and now you're trying to hey, look, there's some goals we could talk about.
Oh. Mitchell in the chat is clamoring.
You know what? Get out of the chat. Pay attention. Just this.
We got to be on.
You know what this isn't?
What's this?
Warmies. This isn't Warmies. Where you do your monologues and then, let's look into the chat here and say look at this coming in from Ryan Pike. Boom, not putting up with Mike's shit is amazing. You're right.
Pike bomb, Pike bomb. It's a Pike bomb. Pike bomb, baby.
It's a good song.
Pike bomb, Pike bomb, Pike bomb. It's a Pike bomb. Get ready for a big Pike bomb.
I think that won a Juno. A Gemini.
Do you want to see some? Oh, this here. Look, guys, paying now. Derek is back at field. My brother in Christ, I'd pay 20 more beans to unhear that story. Did I ever tell you about the time I was in Guatemala? Oh, man, let me tell you. So get this. I'm in Guatemala. School trip, there's some school people, and be damned if there aren't avocados.
Just growing on the side of the road.
Just growing on the side of the road.
Yes. We stayed at a hotel. There was a big old power outage that interrupted a wedding. It was pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the better story. It was a whole story. It was a thing.
Do you want to see some goals?
Sure, Dean.
Anyone in particular?
Hey, the Yevgeny. I talked about Yevgeny Malkin on the Warmies. I mean, talk about an ageless guy. Pittsburgh apparently doesn't want to re-sign him, or they're not sure if they want to re-sign him. I'd be all over it if I was them. He's a great player. Scored a goal.
I understand that. I wonder, just there's awkward conversations there. On my whatever it is, the big predictions or whatever at the start, I had him. I didn't think Pittsburgh was going to be very good. I thought they'll move him to maybe Washington to play with Ovechkin. That'd be a fun kind of a way to maybe both of them end their career that way. Although I think Ovi's coming back and whatever. I just wonder with how that all ends. Letang, Sid, Malkin. Do any of those guys play for another NHL team?
They shouldn't. What is there to gain from doing it? I mean, you've won 3 Stanley Cups already, and like, really, what are you going to try to accomplish on Vegas that you haven't already accomplished?
Malkin's so big and so strong, and he, older guy, and trust me, I know the body does weird things as you get into your late 30s and that, but still just a horse.
He's incredible.
Like that, I talked about it, is that goal in last week's game that they scored when he barrels over Zary.
He's never gotten all the attention that he deserves to, because obviously it's Pittsburgh, it's Sid Crosby's team, but he's incredible. Like, are we on different sides now?
Yeah, we are.
Look at that.
Yasmin's trying to stay interested.
I'm in the driver's seat now, Dean.
Okay, Mike. Do you have any Guatemala stories?
This is the Warmies. This is welcome.
Let's get into the chat.
Hey, everybody. Havana
Gomer
Sam
talks to Mike like he talks to Pinder. Calm down, you guys. Jeez,
that's
having some fun.
It's a fun show. It's a Wednesday night. It's January 21st. I think it was just almost about a year ago today, Dean, that we went for 3.5 hours. I had just moved into this place. It was early February. It was early February 2025, and we just kept going.
Well, we'll pick a date.
We will.
Not tonight.
It's certainly not going to be tonight.
Yeah, you had already talked. You wanted this to be a 20-minute show, and we're double that already.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do. It doesn't. I feel bad for Yasmin. We don't need to.
Yeah, no. That'll have to be a Jack only thing. It's
yeah.
No, we're not doing that. And only when Jack is sick. We have to wait.
We'll wait till he's
too delirious.
Really needing to have a short show. Now the Sharangovich goal, the one goal that the Flames did score. What a beauty it was. Not when at the end of the year we're talking, Sharangovich had 17 goals. Yes, he did. Some were empty netters, some were off of his leg, some off of his arse, and some actually came off of the blade of his stick.
I went back recently and I watched a video of all 17 goals that Igor scored last year.
Right.
And they were hilarious.
Yeah.
He scored one. Remember that one against Seattle that he scored where he broke down the middle and the puck rolled off the end of his stick. He tried to shoot it. It was already off his stick. It trickled between the Seattle goalie's legs, and he took a penalty being slashed right afterwards. And that they reviewed it for like 2 minutes, and then it counted.
I remember there was the one. It was the puck was going basically into the empty net, and he touched it right before it went across the line.
It was against Buffalo, or it was either against Buffalo or the Rangers or one of those teams. And he shot it from the neutral zone, and it hit the post on the empty net. And it bounced back to Huberdeau on the other side. And Huberdeau shot it back at the empty net. And I don't know. It might have been going wide. I don't know. But
I don't know. I think it was going in.
I think it might have been going. And he just got his stick on it and tapped it. It was.
And anyway, he immediately felt shame, right? He's like, "Oh, geez."
So yeah, one of the silliest 17 goal seasons I've ever seen. But to his credit, I will say Igor has 11 goals this year, and a lot of them have been more credible goals. They have been more credible, I would say, to the fact that now more credible than that one. Okay. Certainly. I mean, he's had some good shots. I will give him credit. He is up to 11 goals on the year, which puts him 2 back of the team lead, which is nuts.
We did this the other day. We were looking at the Flames in terms of goal totals and point totals. Where does it stack up? And I think it was Elias Pettersson had fewer goals, like he had 11. Yeah. And then it was there was 3 guys in St. Louis who were tied for fewer points than what Kadri had to lead the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Igor had 2 goals in 23 games to start the season. And now he has 3 more goals than Jonathan Huberdeau does. He's got 2 more goals than Nazem Kadri does.
Yeah.
It is bizarre. It is one of the strangest teams I can ever remember. But they're a team, and hey, it's a nice little goal for our Igor.
Mike, let's take a look at the road ahead.
Yeah.
For Platinum Mitsubishi, what can you tell me about the FEV?
Well, the FEV, the Outlander FEV, the PHEV. It's nice.
Is that how you pronounce it?
You say it PHEV, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. They're all the rage. I mean, there's all sorts of talk right now about full EVs coming to Canada. There are already some full EVs. Talk about some coming in from China, but nobody does PHEVs better than Mitsubishi. The Outlander PHEV has been the best selling for 3 years in a row in Canada of any PHEV. Doesn't matter what manufacturer it is. I mean, the thing that I sort of think about with hybrids, I mean, hybrids have been around for 25 years. And it hasn't always been that you've been driving on, pure battery power, though. And that's what a PHEV is. You get 70K basically just driving on a battery, not using any gas. And so, having the gas, having the battery, that's, something that gives you a little bit less anxiety than if you're just going on battery. So that's the big thing up at 2720. Barlow Trail Northeast, 25s still in stock. 26 is going to be very nice. Expecting them probably in March. So good place. And Dino, we saw you up there somewhat recently. It was
last week.
Talk about the raffle, the auction.
Yes. Cambot got the one game. Kenton got the other one.
Kenton got the other one.
It's all look at this. It's all coming.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
He
dropped off some of the prizes from the Top Shelf Elf. The good folks at Platinum Mitsubishi bought a couple actually of the
going to Launchpad too. Yeah,
the auction items. Very generous, very good of them for a great cause. Got to see my buddy Goose back in the Pickle Fest days. Back in the mid '90s, I worked with a man who's now in your service department.
Yeah, service writer. He's he's basically the drive-through attendant supervisor.
He's a good guy. Brad Gossai. He's a beauty.
Hey, Mike. Yeah. You want these keys?
So I mean, I love that today he's wearing the branded Wee Kings shirt.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. He was telling me the entire Rasmus saga. He was telling me, oh, Mike, Kelly McCrimmon, he doesn't lose many trades. And
it's true.
It's absolutely true.
The Goose knows.
The Goose is right on the pulse. Yeah, I know Kenton. He's a great guy. He's very very starstruck by a certain Dean Molberg, and it's
you know what? You're such a dope. I go in there. It was last third whatever day it was, and I walk in the front door. Mike has told people, "Oh, there's this big celebrity coming in." I'm like, what's happening here? Why is this everyone's acting weird? It's like, well, Mike said some big, famous celebrity was coming. I'm gonna bite you in the nose.
Well, that's the thing. To Kenton, there are few bigger than the man positioned to my left.
Whatever.
It's true. Hey, the road ahead, brought to you by the good folks at Platinum.
Let's do it.
Begins at home as the Flames continue their 5-game homestand in which they have not done super great. They will continue it on Friday. We had Crosby in the building tonight, and we will have Alex Ovechkin in the building on Friday night. Speaking of Platinum, my buddy Tobin Larson, huge Ovechkin fan. He's going to love that game. And it is going to be a good one. I mean, the Caps are a very good team.
They're coming off a loss, if you can believe it. They lost to Vancouver tonight.
They lost to Vancouver tonight.
An 11-game skid. Is that what it was for Vancouver? First win in...
Vancouver almost blew it, too. It was 4-2 going into the third. 4-3 is the final after Dylan Strome got his 13th. So, the Canucks win a game, Dean. The Canucks have won a game. It is time to sound the sirens. After that, the Flames wrap up the 5-game homestand against the Anaheim Ducks, who were in a real pickle there for a little while. Looks like they may be starting to pick things up again under Joel Quenneville. And then they head back out on the road for one game hop over to Minnesota, take on the Wild. And that's pretty much it for the month of January. They do return home to play the Sharks on Jan 31. That'll be a fun one. Is that how many times has Max Celebrini played at the Saddledome? Can't be that many. It's
not that many.
Talk about big stars coming to the Dome. Basically, the stars of yesteryear, and then the biggest star of tomorrow coming to the Saddledome 3 games in a row. So
the Saturday San Jose in town not usually the ones, geez, it's San Jose. Well, it's too bad we'll go to the game. It's a little bit different now. We were even saying today on the other show, it's the first time in a long time, or at least we're in that spot now where the Anaheim Ducks aren't totally hateable. You don't just loathe the Anaheim Ducks coming in. It's like, I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a likable, fun, exciting hockey team again.
Sure, I think a little anonymous to a certain degree. I mean, they were a lot more full of personality, I think, when they had Trevor Zegras, but they weren't as strong of a team. And now that Zegras is no longer there, I think there is sort of a lack of recognizability to a certain degree. Not that maybe there shouldn't be. I think Leo Carlsson very much deserves to be, but I think he's not quite on people's radar as much as a Celebrini is.
That's their fault.
That's
they're
their
not
fault.
then they're not paying attention because Jackson Lacombe is going to the Olympics to replace Seth Jones, and he is an Anaheim Duck. They have a guy named Cutter.
They do have a guy named Cutter.
And Cutter is a hell of a player. Zegras looked, to your point, Zegras looked beat down for
he was in the wrong spot.
The last year and a half there. He was just so miserable. It was clear the coach, Greg Cronin or whatever, he had worn him out. Verbeek had worn him out.
Yeah.
It looked no shock that he goes somewhere else and immediately starts putting up the numbers that he was at the start of his career.
Ducks were never, like, under that regime, they were never big Zegras fans. I remember there was a whole skirmish that happened, I think, in a Ducks-Yotes game a few years ago where I think it was like Connor Garland or something.
You love the Yotes.
Well, I remember it because I forget exactly what it was. I think Zegras got really upset with somebody. And I remember being down in Phoenix shortly after that happened and hearing, basically Verbeek had talked to Zegras and said, I agree with the other team. I agree with how they reacted to it. I side with them. I think they were in the right. So yeah, that's a little bit of a funny one, but the Ducks are a better team. And so it's not an easy run here. The Flames have one of the hardest upcoming schedules in the entire National Hockey League. It really intensifies after the Olympics. I mean, really what we're into now is the road to the Olympics. Because I mean, we've sort of spoken throughout the season how this is a much more segmented season than others that we have seen. And in effect, because the cap is now structured the way that it is, where there is less of an impetus to wait until the deadline to accrue space for the playoffs, which now there's a playoff cap, we are essentially seeing multiple different deadlines that are being put in place. We saw it leading into the holiday trade freeze. There were a couple of deals that happened then. I think we're seeing it already in the lead up to the Olympics. And then, of course, after the Olympics, there will be the actual trade deadline. So that is just as interesting to me as the actual games themselves. So yeah.
Yeah, you talk about the Sharks game because I just took a look ahead. They have 6 games before the Olympic break. So they have the Washington game Friday, Anaheim Sunday, Thursday to Minnesota, and then back to play San Jose on the 31st. Toronto is here on Monday, Feb 2nd, and then the Oilers on the 4th. And then they don't play again after the 4th until the 26th.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a crazy long time.
Yeah. So we are, I mean, I'm going on vacation and that's my road ahead. I'm taking a trip to sunny Toronto in February. It's going to be wonderful. So there you go.
Does that have anything to do with the Flame schedule, or is that
it's not Guatemala, but it's
right.
something.
Are the Olympics in Toronto?
No,
I'm just wondering how to tie that in, how that story, you kind of threw that in there.
Figure folks might be.
There's going to be a 22 game break for the Flames, and that's when I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story behind it. Costco,
you don't
Costco.
Need to.
Costco, remember Costco? Costco here. They had a whole promo a few years ago with a certain airline where they were doing $500 flight vouchers for $350.
That's a good way to go out of business right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I remember buying one of them, so I went back and I looked at what my balance was on the voucher because I remember I'd used it once. And the thing is, I remember buying one of them, but I'd forgotten that I bought 3. And so I had a little bit of extra dough just sort of sitting around. So,
did you use the voucher on this trip?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. The flight ahead brought to you by Platinum Mitsubishi, Outlander PHEV 2720 Barlow, Toronto Northeast. Yeah. Good show, Dean.
Guatemala, avocados, Costco, vouchers, Toronto. It's tremendous.
It's great content.
It's
Just clip it.
content. Yeah,
Clip it.
is-
Clip it,
it's
Yasmin.
content. Yasmin was like, "We've done this for an hour, guys. What are
Yeah.
we doing? It is
Yeah.
after 11. It's 11:15.
Yeah.
Bet365, official gaming partner of Barnburner and Afterburner. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in the game. Use the code NATION when you sign up if you haven't done that already. Be 19 or older, and of course, please do bet responsibly. This that we're going to show you here is prior to tonight's game. So I think you see there Monday, January 26th.
Jan 26. Hello. Living in
That's
the
what
future.
That's what that says, right? On that.
That's not bet 365. It's bet 359.
Anyway, very interesting to see the Tampa Bay Lightning at a plus 600.
Too low.
Tampa Bay's, they're going to get Hedman back. They're going to get Point back at some point. Kucherov. Did you see the shootout goal that Kucherov scored last
He's
week?
incredible.
It looked like beer league.
Yeah.
He's just kind of slumped over at center. The ref blows the whistle. He just kind of lollygags his way in. Score. The game is so incredibly easy for him at almost all the time. It seems unfair how good he is.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got the Canes, the Golden Avalanche.
That's. I mean, if I could, I would short that. Go to the field, because that's. I mean, I get it. They're the best team in the league right now, but plus 260 on a field bet like this, that's aggressive.
The Flames their odds are not. I didn't go that. I didn't bother to look.
You have to crop it at a certain point.
Yeah, I stopped at the Wild, who very strong team that the Flames will get to see.
Not a bad option. Plus
There you
2,000.
There again, just one of the many things that you can find. Again, this is futures. They've got game day stuff. They got props. They've got all kinds of stuff. They do some parlays, same game parlays. We got football coming up on the weekend. 3 football games left in the football season. But we appreciate you, Bet365. Best app and a great partner of both Afterburner and Barnburner.
You think those Lightning odds are good? Just wait until you see them trade for Blake Coleman in a couple of weeks. We'll see.
I would like to see what are the odds. I keep hearing, Coleman, Kadri. I don't think either one of those guys are getting dealt.
You don't think so, eh?
They are eating money on 2 guys already in Markstrom and now Rasmus. They have 1 spot left.
So just because they have one spot left, they shouldn't use it? No,
I just you would probably be more inclined to use it for Kadri because it's the bigger dollar, but it's for longer term. I don't think they want to trade Coleman, especially now that they've traded Anderson. I just don't see it happening.
My buddy Kenton and I, we have a bet going right now. I should put this on Bet365 that the Flames will not. He thinks they won't. I think they will trade anybody making $2 million or more between the end of the season or now and the end of the trade deadline.
So who has
Lomberg? Lomberg counts. He's right there.
No, who has which side?
Oh, I have the they will side.
Okay, this bet again. Do this one. So they won't.
I think they will trade somebody making $2 million or more by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. End of the trade deadline. Next month and a half.
Yeah.
Lomberg, that counts. White Cloud would count.
Oh,
Coleman
listen, and you talked. It kind of goes back to the start. The roster construction, and we've talked about it for a while. Got too many wingers. They got too many guys that are filling the same hole. Too many right shot. For a team that isn't very good, they have too much stuff. They have too much mid, and to sell off some mid would be a tremendous opportunity. I just don't know. I look at guys like Farabee makes too much money. You don't really want to trade Coronado. Frost is one of your only centermen, and he's on a short term. I mean, down on the blue, we talked about White Cloud. I don't think you can trade Weegar.
No, not right now. You don't want to right now. It wouldn't be opportune, I think, to trade him right now.
No. I don't think you signed Cooley. I don't think you're trading him. I don't know what if it's not Kadri or Coleman, and I just don't think it's going to be because they just don't trade guys until they're UFAs when they're veterans.
Until they ask to be. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there are so many teams that are in better spots than the Flames are right now, as far as like being competitive. I look at the Eastern Conference. There are so many teams that are still competitive. I look at the Buffalo Sabres as a team that is playing incredibly well. But there are so many of these teams that are over-leveraged on certain players. I pick Buffalo as an example because the Flames are flush with defensemen who are replacement level NHL caliber defensemen. And the Sabres don't really have that kind of guy. The Pittsburgh Penguins are in a playoff spot. They don't really have that kind of guy. Like Buffalo right now is leaning so heavily on a Rasmus Dahlin and an Owen Power and a Matthias Samuelsson and a Bo Byram. That's their top four. It's a good top four. Their bottom pairing in their win the other day played 7 minutes. And it's Zach Metza, who's a 5'9" righty who they just called up, and Jacob Bryson. And Pittsburgh tonight, they're in a playoff spot. And I get it. They don't have Letang and they don't have Carlson. But the 6 defensemen that Pittsburgh played tonight, I'm going to read them off in order, are Jack St. Ivany, Ryan Shea, Ryan Graves, Parker Wotherspoon, Connor Clifton, and Brett Kulak. And so, to me, I look at even a Braden Pahal type guy, and I say,
as soon as you were done, I was going to say, and this could be, too close to the elephant kind of a thing. If anyone's paying attention and sees the way Pahal plays and the fact that they don't play him, what do you want for him? I'll take him.
It's silly. He should be it's not even, and the funny thing is, it's not even indefensible that he's not playing, because who are you going to take out? That's the whole thing. The Flames are flush with the exact same player. And there are teams
not to his level, though. I mean, he's one of those guys on the blue line. I mean, Ball has been a bit more, it's just different. But I mean, he's physical. He gives a shit. He plays hard. And I get it's tough to do that on a nightly basis. But
I don't know. I just see White Cloud as being the same guy pretty much. I mean, that's the thing.
I mean, maybe.
Like the three right-handed defensemen who played for the Flames tonight are Weegar, Brustevich, and White Cloud. And I get it. Weegar's been very bad of late. Brustevich, people would be in uproar if they took him out. They shouldn't take him out. He's been playing great.
Yeah.
And White Cloud White Cloud and Pahal, they won the Stanley Cup with Vegas the same year. Their names are on the Stanley Cup at this, on the same engraving. And, what does White Cloud do that Pahal, or what does Pahal do that White Cloud doesn't do, right? So the Flames are uniquely positioned where they have a little bit extra, and there are teams out there that don't have enough. So I just think it's an interesting value prop for them as we move forward.
Let's do this here. I'm going to hit this super chats, and we're going to get out of here on a Wednesday night. Super chat money coming in will go directly to the youth centers of Calgary. Although I do trust Pinder, because Pinder kind of handles that. He said, "Oh yeah, we made the." So I assume it's happening.
Probably
it goes. From letters and numbers. Would be nice if Weegar played his 601st game for another team. -2 tonight, -26 on the season. Trade him, keep White Cloud, fire Maloney, mission McKenna. I mean, I need to kind of wear it, because I've been at the start. I believe Weegar's their best. I think is their best defenseman. And Rasmus had a not great start to the year, and Weegar's gone to that Olympic orientation camp, the whole thing. Oh, maybe he's a long shot. And I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the line, Anderson did this and Weegs did that. And I don't know if it was the Olympic thing, if he started to realize that he was playing himself out of any kind of long shot at best, like long shot, how many guys are hurt kind of thing. But I think as the year went on and the minuses piled up and the mistakes, he looks like a guy who needs a break. Like no one, that 22-day break, no one maybe in the league needs it more than Mackenzie Weegar right now.
Yeah, it's been ugly. It's the sort of comment that could have been written about Rasmus a year ago today. It's funny how those things kind of work. And we have mentioned it is inopportune for the Calgary Flames to trade Mackenzie Weegar as it stands, because it's like the worst opportunity to do it. Yeah, I mean, he's got to figure it out, and he's a good player. He's not overpaid by any means. Maybe for what he's doing this season, he is, but generally speaking, he's not. He's not, to the point where we'd expect, him just to be completely falling off the face of the earth. I mean, maybe a little decline is expected at his age, but you're not sort of sitting here and saying the clock is ticking any day now. So it's just one where I think a lot of things are going wrong for a lot of players. I mean, Nazem Kadri's having a very similar run of things, and they're both players who have very similar temperaments to me. They seem to get similarly frustrated in similar environments, and I'm sure they probably could have cut together a Mackenzie Weegar anger super cut on the broadcast tonight too. So
there's a lot of looking at the skate laces or looking at the ceiling tiles after goals for Weegar these days.
Can't buy a plus.
Euphoric toast. This team stinks. Most boring team I've ever seen.
Ugh. Like some eggs with that toast?
I'm sorry, toast. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was.
Go watch the Buffalo Sabres. That's what I recommend.
More letters and numbers. Same letters and numbers, I think. Make Huberdeau a healthy scratch. Chat GPT agrees. Is that a...
It's a Huska thing, I think.
Huska's got to be like, I made one little kind of a cute quip that got put into this bloody YouTube thing, and now everyone says I'm Ryan Pike freebie. That certainly was a game of our lives. It was, yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah, now you back in. Huberdeau has a minor injury per Huska. So that was their post-game report there.
Little tweak.
Prairie Pigeon 699. If anyone on the show could beat Rhett one-on-one, who would it be and why? Can boomers skate? Well, one-on-one with what?
Yeah, like, are we hitting them with hammers or something?
Like what's the, like, are we talking hoops? What are we talking about?
I would assume we're probably like a one-on-one,
like hockey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're bearing down on him. Who can get around him?
The thing about Rhett is he has incredibly long arms.
So
it's long wingspan.
All you got to do is get the puck in close to him and just try and duck around his arm. I think just try to get through the triangle, but instead of doing the puck, just have your entire body. So I'd say probably the shortest one. Cammy probably have the best odds.
I remember talking to Conroy about Rhett, the player. He's like, the thing that Rhett had was just he just positionally knew where to be. His angles were so good. You have to be a good skater to be in the NHL. I don't know if you do that. Of course. He says between his reach and just and strong, but his knowledge just of how to play the position and angle guys the right way. And then back in those days, stick, clutch, grab, hold, poke, pry. He was one of the masters at that.
Sort of like what he does on the show.
Yeah. Well, Pinder does the poking and the prying. Daryl Sutter's favorite cow. The cow can't type. Thanks for the 99 cents, you cheap prick.
Oh, dear.
He showed that. And then he didn't. Yeah, that's good. See, justified.
He
probably got all excited on that cow talk.
About one single egg with that.
Shrimp on the bobby. A little should we see more than 11.25 for Gridden? Sure.
Oh yeah.
I do want to take a look at the did he, because he got clunked, did he miss some time, I wonder?
Matvey?
Remember he kind of got hit at center. There was that kind of awkward play where he went down. I wonder if that played into it, because 11:25. Pospisil 12:51.
I think they were double shifting a couple guys at a certain point. I think Klapka was getting some shifts on that line for a little bit.
Kirkland 9:51.
Yeah, because Klapka ended up with over 14 minutes. So you might have something there.
55 seconds on the power play for Gridden. It was not a big special teams fiesta. Weird. Penguins have like top 5 in penalty kill and power play. I feel like, though, we've talked enough about this game.
I think
it was a game that you really didn't want to. It's like, I don't know, if you talk about something, I'll give you some trivia. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. It's what we do.
Well, We do have one more thing, Dean.
I know you do.
We have
Is it
one
as
more
good as
thing.
the avocado story?
Not quite, but this is a little segment that I'm going to introduce called Flames Abroad. And one of our favorite
It's not
flames
really abroad. I mean, it's continental. So
well, he's abroad. He's
not abroad. He's a dude.
He's abroad. He's gone somewhere else, and now we get to watch from afar. And what we
I'd,
saw,
I'd work on the title. That's all I'm saying.
We'll workshop it. Flames Abroad with Mike.
Right, Mike's segment, everyone. Yeah.
Featuring Dean. And today our flame abroad of choice is former Calgary Flame, 2016 to 19. I want to say Garnet Hathaway, product of Kennebunkport, Maine, and Garnet Hathaway playing for the Philadelphia Flyers this season. And Yasmin, do you want to just put up what happened tonight late in the third period? The Flyers up 4-3 on the Utahns, and Garnet Hathaway. Look at this. Empty net. Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh,
that's a hard back check.
Utah won this game 5-4 in overtime.
Oh dear.
Garnet Hathaway game on his stick, and I believe that is that Clayton Keller? I believe so. Who has the stick lift there? Now, Dean, I teed this up to you before we went live.
I know you did. Yeah.
Garnet Hathaway has played in 43 games this season with the Philadelphia Flyers, and I would like you to guess how many points does he have, Dean?
Well, I went with 45. Is he a point per game player? And
Garnet Hathaway, Dean has one.
1 point.
One. He's got 1 point with the Philadelphia Flyers this season. It's a goal. Could have doubled his goal total with that little chance, but poor Garnet ended up not taking a shot.
Born in Naples, Florida, but raised in Kennebunkport, Maine.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. I met him at Five Guys once. It's true. Met him at Five Guys.
Signed as a free agent in 2015.
Yeah.
Left in 2019. I'll tell you what, he was one of the guys that they should have kept.
He was great. They had a line with him, Mangiapane, and our old buddy Doc Ryan, and that was a great line.
Yeah, they should have hung on to that guy.
But 34 years of age, Garnet, that's a tough one.
Not
many
Garnets out there anymore either.
Well, there were Garnet Exelby for a while there.
I do, yeah.
Atlanta Thrasher, yeah. I mean, Garnet. Well, now I'm thinking of Tyrone Garner, goalie back in the day. But not
James Garner, Rockford Files.
James Garner, yeah, that's right. Julia Garner or Jennifer Garner, yeah. Sure. There's lots of Garners, but Garnet's, I mean,
yeah,
it's try.
Garnet Markowski from my hometown.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garnet. So anyway, there you have it. That's a new edition of Flames Abroad. We're looking for a title sponsor. I
appreciate that. Yeah, workshop,
there we go. Yeah.
As you say. The final from the Dome, 4-1 as the Flames
participated.
Get back on the horse. I'm not sure this is, and again, I'm not dragging this out because we will get out of here. I'm curious after game with the season that clearly this is one of your leaders has been traded. Does the coach come in and give them shit? Does he kick garbage cans? Do you look at film tomorrow? Like, how do the players come and play the game? For everyone else, how do you handle this game, the next game, between the games, practice, not practice, all of that sort of thing? Because how Huska in this group of coaches move forward here is it's not new. What do coaches do with a team that's not very good and is going to miss the playoffs?
Dean, I think it's time for everybody to don some 19th century finery and board a train and have some beers. The old Glenn Gullitz and Chris Versteeg approach.
You guys want some beers?
Want some beers, fellas?
Yep.
We only got light tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it. Yasmin, how was the show? How did we do today?
It was great. Lots of talking about eggs. That was a great segment.
Yeah, what's your favorite kind? If you're getting eggs, how are we doing it?
I don't like eggs at all.
Soups? What about soups?
Soups?
Yeah, well, just one.
A good tomato soup.
All right.
Like a bisque?
I don't know. Just like with lots of pepper.
Okay, because
That's the go-to. I don't know. It's plain, but I don't know.
Pepper?
I
Okay,
do.
if I have to pick like a fancy soup, I'd say like a potato, like ham soup type
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
It's a cream soup. Be careful, Yasmin, because if it's too hot, you're gonna burn it. And once you burn a cream soup in the bottom of the pot, it's just gonna
Yeah. No
No
good.
coming
whole
back.
thing's gone.
No coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, you need to use almost, you got to be careful, like a bain marie type of a thing almost. But I do very recently have made, I thought, one of my best tomato soups maybe ever.
Put the pepper in, Dean.
You got to pepper it
Heavily.
That.
It's got to
No,
be
heavily.
seasoned, or else it's
Yeah.
Get the
just
crinkles,
tomatoes.
the-
That's gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, put the pepper in there. You can to give it a little bit of a different. Put maybe like a big heaping tablespoon of sour cream in there just to give it a little
Ooh.
bit of
Thickness.
Yeah, it's going to thicken it up. It's just going to take away some of the sweetness because tomatoes, by and large, very sweet. Yeah,
I like it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you're not eating eggs, how are we getting your protein, Yasmin? What are we doing for protein? How are we?
Just normal meat, I guess.
Okay.
No
Normal
eggs.
meat.
I can't with the eggs. I don't know
Can't
what it
do it, eh?
is.
Well,
Normal
see,
meat.
like it's the genesis of the conversation. Somebody saw some chicken fire out an egg and decided to eat it. Not you.
Mystery meat.
Not you. You're not fooled.
Not at all.
Tremendous. Yasmin said it was a good show. We went an hour 20 about this hockey game somehow. Covered a lot of bases. Great Guatemala story. Costco vouchers.
Toronto.
Toronto.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat it. I'm going to press a button. And then we're going to end the show. All in, all good?
Works for me, Dean. Have a great night.